In class this evening, I will give you some ways to write up the RPI score based on one of the slides in our presentation. The last level of scoring that I would like to talk to you about is level 4, and those are standard scores and percentile ranks. Standard scores are based on a mean of 100 and a standard deviation of 15. If you think about the standard bell-shaped curve, you have a mean of 100, one standard deviation above is 115, two standard deviations above is a score of 130. On the left-hand side of the bell-shaped curve, a standard score of 85 is one standard deviation below the mean, and a score of 70 is two standard deviations below the mean. One of the things that I want you to do when you report scores are to look at the standard scores. You will take a bell-shaped curve and you will post the reading cluster scores and each of the subtests that make up the reading cluster. You will plot those on the bell-shaped curve in a shade of blue. I want you to take the math cluster and all of its subtests and plot those in your bell-shaped curve on with a green marker, and then I want you to post or plot rather the writing cluster and its subtests in red. So what you're going to do with your bell-shaped curve, this will allow you to share the student's strengths and weaknesses with teachers, parents, and other professionals that work with your student. And it's an easy way to show strengths and weaknesses when you report out to parents. Now, the standard scores allow you to give a verbal label to how the student is performing. Percentile ranks go along with standard scores in that they tell you out of 100 kids how well a student does. For example, if Sam receives a percentile rank of 99 on a particular test, it means that out of 100 students, he did better than 99 of them. On the other hand, if he received a standard score of 40 on a particular task, out of 100 kids, 60 did better than he did. So that's a way to use standard scores. And when we get into the actual report writing boot camp, I will tell you what kind of scores that we're going to be using for our particular test. As a general measure, when you construct your test table, you're going to have the name of the test in the left, and then you will have the W score, the relative proficiency index, the standard score, the percentile rank, and the age or grade equivalent based on what you have decided to use with your students. And then you will have your table of results, but you're going to report out each of the clusters in detail. And for each of the clusters, you will describe what the cluster measures, what the test scores were, and how what the student was actually able to do. But more information about that as we get into the test report writing bootcamp. This was just a brief summary to talk to you a little bit about the scores that we will be considering as we move forward with our test construction. I think that's good enough.